Hey guys, it's Middleborough here with episode 9 of Perry's Wrath here. So I'm gonna be upfront with you. This is post recording me. This episode is recorded way in advance. I didn't realize until after this was recorded. Like this was at the end of one of my kind of usual streaming sessions, but like internet went out and everything. But but I never realized that I muted my mic after a break, so um, basically this is gonna be a little weird with how this goes, like for this episode only, because this is the only episode that I forgot to unmute myself. Did some steel reinforcements on the base and everything, and overnight to make sure zombies don't beat through the sidewall, and then so. We went over to Trader Bob's here to turn in a job. I think it was a tier 6 infestation. I'm not exactly sure. And like buy some stuff. So, and I do really apologize like for the commentary on this kind of being weird and maybe not linking up with the gameplay because I was talking, but it's gonna be kind of a weird hybrid of, I want to say, like, basically me giving some commentary, like, kind of like, give you kind of like what's to unfold, and then like let the game play for you guys, and let you, and then like I'll kind of cut back in. It's gonna be a little weird, but I'm making do with what I can here. I can't re-record the episode, like, footage or anything. Like, the world's been deleted, and not to mention, like, it's already, like, basically everything, like, what's done is done, so. Basically, like, wound up buying I think some cement mix and then, like, some concrete powder and everything like that. Did a whole selling trip, like, made a decent amount of cash, and, if you were watching the footage, like, while I was talking, like, we took a post for Army Post number 7 and, Infestation, which is what I consider to be one of the hardest POIs in the game, and kind of looking over some books and everything like that, so it's a little unusual, but I'm like, oh well, it's not so bad. It's like, I just like buying concrete mix that's already pre-made, because like, even though it's expensive, it just saves time, and especially like if I'm not go like full dedicated builder. So, but yeah, it's like, bought some more books like tactical warfare and handgun stuff, like, just to kind of try to see what I can get up to for like these skills and everything like that. And I even bought some antibiotic medications in advance just to get myself going, like, just so I don't have like just so I can prevent my infections and everything. So yeah, it's one of those. I don't think there was really anything that came from these books. Like, I wasn't even really that excited about like machine gunner books for the M60 and everything. So once get here, we'll be over at RE post number 7 to do that infestation job. So here we are, pulling up on RE post number 7. It's like, if you watch this channel for a while, it's like you'll know that I've my opinions on RE post number 7 is like one of the hardest jobs in the game, like, to do. And granted, even though I'm on Nomad, like, this job can still be a little daunting. It's like, my whole reasoning for this thing is, being, like, there's just so many military zombies, and it's like, especially if you play on a higher difficulty and, like, insane, which I don't care to do anymore, it can have a lot of, radiated military soldiers, and also have, what is it, and not to mention if you go into the wasteland, that also kind of increases the rad spawns. Like, it gets kind of ridiculous because they're armored zombies. So we get into, we start cleaning out the barracks, I would say, all the beds and everything. Like, just, it's one of those, it's a bit of a rampage, all these zombies in the auto shotgun. Like, I brought a whole bunch of shotgun shells for this raid because, like, you know, I really like the stun effect on the shotgun and that it provides, and it does start getting a little crazy, but it's like, thankfully, auto shotgun with its with the skills and like the automatic trigger mod, like you know, make it just so I can hold down the trigger and fire a little bit faster. It's like, it really helps this thing out. So it's just kind of one of those deals of like, you can clear these out fairly easily, and I also try to make sure I check the towers just so like I don't miss any zombies hanging around, because like you can see like on the other side, sometimes you can see a military zombie or a red hazmat zombie, and, you know, kind of hanging out. I think I invested some another point into shotguns there, so it's not so bad. And we got got the next barracks to clean up. It's like, honestly, if you can clean out the clean out this POI, it's like and ideally without a shotgun, because the shotguns can damage the beds and everything. You can get a lot of cloth out of these barracks just for the hell of it. And so, yeah, it's just kind of ridiculous, like, POI, but kind of was, I loved cleaning it out. It was one of the big ones for my, XP grind. And then we just kind of immediately check this tower just in case there's a zombie here, which there's a hazmat boys, so, you know, check the medical supplies, and then we check out, this one, like, you know, of course, like I say, last to the barracks. Kind of my whole shtick here with RFS number 7 is like how I clear it personally. Is I go through the barracks and then I clean out the garage, and then I clean out the like helipad, and then I go clean out the like the medical buildings, and then I clean out the small little jail cell. Basically, I do an entire lap of the outside of the POI. Just so, like, because there's a lot of zombies you can miss in there. There's not really, like, a designated path, like, for the outside. I also blow up a barrel just because, like, it helps to deal a little bit extra damage. You know, M60 comes out. It's, like, honestly, just one of the best crowd control weapons, like, you can have aside from, like, an auto shotgun. It's just one of those, I just enjoy the firepower on it. I'll just kind of let the gameplay roll here on the M60, you know, for a second until we come over to the helipad. So as we're kind of rolling over to the helipad, like, the reason why you don't really see me checking the motor pool too much is because I've kind of learned the spawns of this POI, like, to the point where I know that the motor pool doesn't have any zombies. I've cleared this POI how many times, and as you can see, we have more, like, radiated boys, and, like, you decide to pull out the tacky. I decided to just kind of have the tacky, like, I guess for the series, like, for the rest of it, after I got the tier 3, you know, just, or tier 2, you know, just to, even when I have the M60, because, like, kind of a backup 7.62 weapon. Of course, these zombies are proven to be a little formidable, you know, of course, military boy being armored. And the rad ones, they can be kind of a problem. It's like, and if you watch, like, the Perry The Plumber series at all in this, you would know that I was struggling with radiated zombies with the pipe weapons, like, and kind of while we're clearing the medical area here, you know, clearing these buildings. I'll kind of talk on that. While I enjoyed Perry the Plumber at first, for it, and I enjoyed using pipe weapons, there is honestly, like, I could definitely say, like, I don't miss using the pipe weapons for, like, 28 days, like, kind of trying to push it past your regular use period. They are very much meant to be early game weapons, and it is a decent challenge, but I feel that they really start struggling when it comes to the radiated zombies, and I was glad I didn't decide to crank this up to, like, survivalist or whatever, like, the difficulties. I think it goes warrior and then survivalist. After nomad difficulty, I only kept on nomad difficulty, and I was like, man, these radiateds are becoming tough and everything like that. Even the military zombies have been proving an issue for me, despite the lower difficulty, because, like, and granted, I didn't run, like, armor-piercing rounds, but that's not a, that's kind of me issue. I just kind of typically run regular old 7.62s. I don't really bother with the stuff, like the other stuff, because it's just not as common, and especially if you only have, like, one weapon, like, that takes that ammo type, it can be kind of annoying to swap through the ammos. The only time I was really doing it was a pipe shotgun for breaching slugs. Down some food and drink here, just the usual spiel and everything like that. This tent here can be a little nutty with the whites and the spitting zombies, mutated zombies. Couldn't think of their name for a second. And it's like, of course, take out the red white. I think there is a zombie up in this tower that I'll check here in a second. Yep, there is. With a little medical pile. Kind of what it is for me, at least, on these big tier 6 raids. Medical supplies are the most important thing, and even, like, let me just help out, especially if you have the, what's it called, physician perk. Just even one rank in it just allows you to increase your healing with a first aid bandage by, like, 8 health, which can be pretty helpful at the best of times. And, of course, there's another little medical pile here. Then there's the little bit of the little jail here. I just kind of clear the bottom and then I clear the top out, and there's also the towers, like, just making sure that I don't have to hunt zombies down after this. I don't know what the deal is with this hazmat zombie losing his legs and then proceeding to walk. I guess he's a miracle one. So got a puppy, got a nurse, and one zombie with the boulder shirt. We got another red and white hiding in there. I just kind of keep the doors closed on this one until the zombies are down. Just kind of helps contain them a little bit more. Open that up and then kind of search through the medical supplies and the weapons bag. And then it's like, basically, after the top floor, pretty much everything's cleaned out for the zombies on the outside of the base. So I'll just kind of let that play out and then we'll kind of move on to the inside. So we are circling to the rear of the building where you enter for the inside. If you know this place, you know the raid fairly well. For some odd reason, there's no zombies in that little office I passed through. Like, there's never any. I'm kind of surprised there's not any spawns. Then you got this like kind of little area here. I pressed the button to kind of open the door just to make it a little bit more flawless for me to go in. So it's like not too bad resistance here. I know there's a kind of big rush coming here in a second. It can be really nutty. So of course gotta level up to level 79 and just this flood of zombies. And it's like I was kind of getting caught up on the door here. Thank goodness I managed to find the door and back up, so it's not so bad. There's lots of them just kind of piling up on the door. I'm surprised they don't try to go through the little window because I don't think that has any window blocks and or anything like that. It's just like, yeah, there's just a ton of them. I'm trying to find that one crawler that's just hiding around there. Can be a little frustrating, like, especially considering how much carnage the auto shotgun does. Like, of course, someone dropped a loot bag. Not really much in there aside from shotgun shells. Then I go to invest a point into, what is it, like, gunslinger. Yeah, I missed it. I didn't really use the pistol too much. I think it was probably maybe I'm trying to go for an SMG later on, so. Ah yes, my old nemesis, the radiated biker zombie. My absolute least favorite zombie in the game. Like, I'm not gonna go over my grievances with him, but if you know, you know. There's just like, more just like usual, and then there comes around rights and like the cops and everything like that. It's just kind of one of those, like, this POI on Infestation is just non-stop kind of madness. And once you get into the inside building, it's like there's just literally enough zombies. If you take them all out in like a single area, you just kind of start seeing a rug of zombies, and it just gets a little nutty. But thankfully the auto shotgun makes makes good work out of them, and it's like this is kind of one of the reasons why I kind of avoid shotguns. Because, like, they're a little too good, in my opinion. You kind of see the building destruction just from the shotguns and damage and everything. I'll just kind of make sure I check this floor. Then the roof kind of gets a little crazy, so it's kind of, I think I got stuck here for a second. Like, because the zombies dropping off the top of the building, you got vultures and everything of the sort, so got, hazmat and spider. I'm just like, get me the hell out of here. I do not want to choke right now and everything like that. So, especially not this close to being able to get like my last trophy did for 7 days, so I was really not in the mood to get taken out by like a spider and some birds and all that. Like, it's just kind of one of those. He kind of questioned me as to why like I'm doing infestations when I'm trying to go for like the 28-hour trophy. I think it's called Nearly Immortal. It's just one of those. I'm like, I have the confidence in me to do it. There's also this little room here of zombies. Like, I don't know if they were all woken up or anything, but they got in, so. And they were kind of starting to tear apart the wall. Just, thank goodness for, again, for the shotgun, just being the monster that it is. Keep in mind, this is only a tier 1. So, everything's cleaned up, and I know that, like, your intended path for the POI is to go down the elevator shaft into the cafeteria area, which I've learned from this POI that that's a death trap. It's one of those, I only ever recommend going down the elevator shaft, which I was almost considering it for a second, but then I realized with the frame rates that it's probably not gonna be worth it. And I didn't have like, what I recommend doing is I take, when I was doing like race level 300, I think, and also like a casual world I was doing like at 1.0, was I would take the auto shotgun, basically take what is it? Fort bites and then recog and I would just face tank the zombies with the auto shotgun and just literally let them have it. And like on console, because there's so many zombies down here, the frame rates get so bad it gets kind of insane. And I just have resorted to basically getting into the main kind of loot area here, cleaning that out, and then cleaning out the basement. For me, it's just a safer POI to do, so it's just one of those, like, you just kind of see all the madness, and I don't even think this is all the zombies on this floor. So, I'm gonna just kind of let this all play out for you guys, and we'll kind of cut back once we start cleaning out the cafeteria. So the main loot floor, I call it, this POI has been cleaned up. I kind of loot through the loot bags here to get through and everything like that. As you can see, I kind of made sure to shoot a shot into the actual loot room itself because they have an ambush of zombies that comes for you afterwards, and I decided to just drop off some loot in the motorcycle because I got so much stuff. I don't think that shotgun shells and like 7.62s, taking up space in the inventory really helped it. I kind of wish in this game they had like that the fun pimps would take some inspiration from the modders and really take the I'll say like the some of the mods like that expand your inventory, like your backpack and your inventory, to get to give you more space. I kind of wish they would, open up a whole bunch more slots in the backpack and allow us to take, basically fully max out our armor, like mod slots, and then get pack mule, make it more useful. Like, or one thing that would be nice would be if they took the ammo and they made it to where like it just stacks ridiculously high to like 10,000 rounds. I've said it before in a previous video. I can't remember which at this point. There's probably been a while since I've mentioned it, but I feel like that would kind of help with the inventory management a little bit. Kind of reduce on like, kind of clutter. But, we're kind of clearing out the main cafeteria area. This is, I believe, like the first wave of zombies. Like, this is what you're meant to take on in the elevator in a sense, where I think they want you to run around the cafeteria, but I don't care if I'm cheesing this. It's one of those, I would rather just go around and, come down the stairs, beat open the door with a pickaxe, and then go through and also just basically circumvent it, because that is an absolute choke point. There's also zombies over here in this little kind of bedding area. There's a bunch. I think there might be some behind me if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong on that. Sometimes it can be a little wonky about how the zombies like want to come out and all that stuff. I see like big XP chains going because I'm taking out so many zombies, and I know on the main loot floor there was like I got up to like a 75,000 XP like chain of XP, which is kind of insane to think about. That's something you probably see on like horde nights if you're using something like the M60 or the auto shotgun. But to find that in a POI, and like keep in mind, I only play on 150% XP. I just feel like that's my perfect little XP route. And then basically, you see the orange dots. That's the last of the POI zombies I need to clean up for the quest, and it's one of those that get them cleaned up. It doesn't take too much, and it's just this little room, and then like there's the cooler, I guess it is, for their food. And then there's like the generator area for the POI, and it's a little, but it really doesn't take too much to go through. So I'm gonna just kind of let the footage roll, and I'll get back in once we have the main loot opened. Well, the loot's been broken into, so I open up the infestation cache first, because that's usually, like, I usually get all the ammo out of there, and of course find more medical journals. Had way too many of those pop up at the end of the series, so when there could have been other books that popped in. Of course, search up the ammo pile, like, what do you expect? There's more ammo and like rocket launcher perk, there's Alacreum medications in there, and I wind up kind of running out of the room in my inventory for trying to loot this, like, and trying to take it all, and I just kind of wind up scrapping because a lot of it's really not worth it, aside from like, the readable books and all that stuff. So weapons bag, and find a robotic sledge or anything, nothing too crazy. And then like just kind of typical main loot. I just can only really grab it for the. Sometimes I wonder to myself that, like, why do I grab these for loot? And, well, it's just kind of one of those deals, like, I just kind of grab it for the medkits. Like, the 5 medkits are honestly, like, the most worthwhile out of that main box, if anything. And I know I didn't use breaching shells for that main chest. Some people probably ask me why. But it's kind of was I kind of forgot to make more shotgun breaching cells, and also the fact that it's they're expensive on steel to make. come back to talk to Bobby Boy with the, and I just kind of grabbed the contact grenades, like, for the day 42 Horde night, and so, and then I just kind of checked the inventory, and then I just grabbed some drinks because I realized that my character's a little thirsty, and grabbed some out of the vending machine. If you made it this far as the episode, do you like what you see? Do please leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. Helps me out so much. Do turn on notifications so you don't miss a video from me. Hope you don't mind this different style for this video, but we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.